And it wasn't always a work of art, but then again, the Rangers aren't studying to be Rembrandt. The four-game losing streak is over. The Rangers paint a 3-2 win over the St. Louis Blues here on Garden Ice. Welcome to the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show. Alongside Steve Valiquette, I'm John Giannone. We talked all evening about the necessity to win this game in this building against this opponent to kickstart a week that's going to be very important for the Rangers. At least step one is done.
I think the biggest winner in this game is Shesterkin. He needed to have an impact, and I thought he did. In a game that was very slow, methodical, a game that both teams were afraid to take a chance on in the first two periods, in my opinion. And then in the third period, a game broke out because you can only keep these guys down for so long. Both teams, you follow the game plan, you're listening to what the coaches are saying, but by the time they got to the third period, I think both teams wanted to break the game open a little bit, get some scoring chances. I thought the defenseman, specifically Gavrikov, did a great job diving down and keeping a lot of plays alive. The offensive zone time the Rangers did have, it was structured in the third period. I think the best news, too, is they didn't really give up anything against off the rush, with the exception of a breakaway in the first period. But all in, that's a really important win for Shesterkin and going into this important week. Yeah, the coaches called it a low-event first two periods, but then there were a couple main events in that third. 1:40 seconds into the period, the other at about the 9-minute mark. 2 goals for the Rangers, so they get above 2. And that's usually a good sign for them. And the common theme with both the goals, the primary assist, Vlad Gavrikov, who had himself a night. Well, we've seen his effectiveness with his stick checking in his defensive zone coverage. Well, he had the same effectiveness coming down the boards, keeping plays alive in the offensive zone, and knowing when to pinch really reflects your know-how as a player, but also the fact that you have trust that your forwards are going to back you up. Zibanejad backs him up here. He fills in. He's back on the point, and he's the shooter. After being the main contributor to the goal early on in the sequence and being able to keep it in, he then gets the puck through. Elevated is always the best way to approach that shot, getting it high enough where the goalie has to reach. Interesting, too, I thought that Hofer, in the first period of the game, made a couple of catches that were risky, didn't use his body, and then fell into that trap on the goal. And you know what? Goal number 3 has a lot of the same indicators. A pinch down, Gavrikov fills in at one point, Edstrom's the beneficiary, and the Rangers do a good job of what Mike Sullivan will refer to as winning the net front. They won the blue paint in the third period, and that's why they won the hockey game. Yeah, Lafreniere's 5th goal of the season, his first in the last 6 games. For Adam Edstrom, 2nd of the year, but his 2nd in the last 3. And then the Rangers had to hang on for dear life there in the third period, but they end up winning the game. So we then think about what transpired in that third period. 1-1 game headed to the third. When you consider why the Rangers won this game, won the third period, therefore won the game, what was it? Well, I think it was what I said earlier. There was a little more risk, but it was calculated in the offensive zone because they had to keep plays alive a little bit longer. And coaches oftentimes will refer this into breathing life into a play. But if you don't have the trust that people are going to fill in for you, you're running that risk. At the same time, they didn't give up anything against, not until the penalty kill. And the penalty kill was really the turning point in the game because they had to hold. And I think that that's why this game was so important for Shesterkin, because at 3-1, 4-minute double minor, you're looking at a specific moment in the game, and got to take care of your stick for Berard there. He's going to get talked to about that, certainly. But everybody was in position to either block, make a check, be aggressive, support one another. They moved quickly on the penalty kill tonight. And that's really important because you give Shesterkin a clean read like the glove save there. He made a really big save off of his blocker in the second part of that one right there. That save was the penalty kill, John, because that shot was labeled, and then a crossbar later on in the penalty kill. So a little bit of luck, but I think that the biggest takeaway, again, from this hockey game is that Shesterkin was able to make a really good effort come through and be a part of it. Like, it means a great deal to a goalie to not just get the win, but to be a big part of it, and he certainly feels that way after this game. Another important goal for the Rangers shouldn't be overlooked. At the 10-minute mark of the second period, Vincent Trocheck tied the game at 1. Let's begin our post-game reaction with Vincent Trocheck in the dressing room alongside Michelle Gingras.
So what did you think of your team's effort tonight?
I thought we were good. I thought we played a lot smarter tonight than we have in the last couple games, protecting the puck a little bit better, knowing when's the right time to try someone one-on-one, and played sound defensively, so got to keep that up.
Your coach had mentioned maybe chasing the offense the last couple of games. Did you feel like you guys got away from that tonight? Were able to create a little bit more, sustain some more ozone pressure?
Yeah, same idea. What I was just saying, it's just knowing when's the right time to try someone one-on-one. So protecting the puck a little bit better. That's a good team on the transition, so anytime you feed their transition, it's going to hurt you.
Patience tonight too. That's a key factor for you guys, I think. Just waiting it out, letting it come.
Yeah, let the game come to you a little bit. Yeah, all falls into the same category.
How badly do you guys need this?
Yeah, I mean, we need wins. The East is so tight right now. I feel like any win, you jump 4 spots, any loss, you drop 4 spots. So we needed this one.
And it doesn't come easy with the penalties at the end, but you guys were able to withstand. You withstood the goal there too. Is there a jumping off point here for this team? I mean, coming off a 4-game losing streak to find a way to win this one, do you think? Is this one of those can be a jumping off point?
I think we're just focusing on each game one at a time right now. I think that's all we can really do. Can't really focus on if we're on a losing streak or winning streak. You got to make sure you manage the highs and lows and just take everyone as they come.
The goal you scored, Johnny's the one who sets you up on that play. His ability to jump in the lineup at any given time, move up and down the lineup, well, what has he meant for you guys?
He has such great offensive instincts, I think, that anytime he gets put in a position in the top 6, he ends up producing. I mean, that play there, he has a lot of speed. We're able to get above them in the neutral zone, and then he just finds me backdoor. Great play. Yeah, he's been great for us anytime he's in the lineup.
How'd you guys feel tonight? Just it looked like more connected 5-on-5 as an offense and defense as well, getting into the offense. Did you feel that way on the ice as well?
Yeah, we try to play fast as we can, obviously, and give the forward chance to forecheck and get more possession in offensive zone. So they use that opportunity, and that looks like that game was way faster.
Huge penalty kill at the end. I think you were on for 2 minutes, over 2 minutes. How do you work through something like that? What's the mindset when you guys are trying to do a double minor like that and kill off 4 minutes in such an important part of the game?
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to get it done, right? So that was obviously the key of the game, and we held it strong. Shesty made a few saves for us, so give us a chance to win. So I think that was a big part of the game.
How critical just was this win for your group today?
I mean, pretty good. We played better, faster, as you mentioned. So that's really important to keep going, try to play like that. So that's going to be key.
Did you feel like there was patience in your game tonight too, letting you come a little bit?
I mean, always try to do that, obviously, but sometimes you got to be in a hurry anyway with the puck, and sometimes try to slow the game. Fox was really good at that, and that's how we scored the first goal. So he held the puck and found a wide open Johnny Brzezinski in the middle. So that's kind of game I was looking for.
On the third goal, your read, I mean, you're coming through the crease, and you don't usually end up in that spot behind the net there.
Usually Fox hitting me right in the middle. That's what happened. So yeah, just try to play it basically till the end, and saw the opportunity to jump on the pucks as I did.
Kind of indicative of the Vlad Gavrikov we've seen since he came to the Rangers. Yeah. He doesn't fancy himself or even talk about much his offensive prowess or even just his understanding of where to be on the ice, but we saw that on that 3-1 goal. He played 26:09 more than any other player on the ice tonight, and now he's got 7 assists this season.
You know what I trust with him is his instincts. He seems to know when to jump, and it's calculated, and he's also playing with another high-end, intelligent player in Adam Fox. That's a really good pair. And I also look at him in the D zone, and I feel like he reminds me a lot of Fedor Tutin, who I loved playing behind, because with Toots, you always knew that he was going to be first in the corner. If the puck went to the corner, you knew he was going to work really hard to get there, and then he'd have options as soon as he got his head up. And when I watch Gavrikov going back for pucks, I feel like he's a 10 out of 10. He's going to come out with it. He's going to make a good first play. So, I mean, look, you've really found gold there with that pair. Yeah. That's a really strong pair.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes of the 4-minute penalty kill. Vlad Gavrikov was on the ice. Yeoman work for him tonight, part of a 3-2 Ranger win. Gavrikov with a kiss for the loved ones and a win for the Rangers.